Okay, I'm in Magical Jungle today, and I have been doing backgrounds, and because the light's right there, and I do have it on today, I'm going to turn the book to face me instead of you, but in this design, it doesn't necessarily matter. Now, you need to tell me if you haven't already, because I've done like 3 of these videos right in a row, and I need to know if you're liking them, if you want more, if you've had enough, if you could really care less, or whatever. The stencils that I'm using today are from Temu, T-E-M-U. It is a overseas company. It's probably knockoffs of some sort, but they are very inexpensive. This is their scale stencil, and you can see not everything has been popped out on it, so I've got to finish that. Well, that's actually not cut all the way, so just twist that and see if I can get it off anyway, or if I need to cut it. It would probably be smarter for me to cut it, wouldn't it? Okay. And like I said, I keep supplies all around me, so I have everything at my fingertips where I can usually get to it pretty easily. There we go. And I'm basically going to be using a corner, so I'm not too worried about all of the others that are not punched out. But anyway, I am going to be using stamp pads this time. The only thing about stamp pads, you have to look and see which ones are for embossing, which ones are for just regular stamping. Some stamp pads dry almost immediately, and some will stay wet for a while so that you can use embossing powders. Now, I'm not getting into embossing powders in these videos unless somebody wants it specific, because it can be very, very messy. There we go. I got all those out. And then I'm going to stand up and put my scissors up, because it's the only way I can keep my surface straightened. So these are the 2 stamp pads that I've pulled to look at for today. And there, I think that's probably better for you. And I'm looking at the picture, and it's not finished yet, but I'm thinking this is really too bright. It's more the muted tones, so I'm going to use this one. These are really old. I hope that when I open it, it actually still works. Whenever you store your stamp pads, store them this way. That way the ink is at the top when you go to use it. This is my Stays On. This is a current item I know at, I believe it's Michael's. And it is a black ink that will stay. It is fast drying, but you will need to let it dry. And there you can see I put a little swatch of black on it. So we're going to start with the black because I know it will dry quicker. And I don't want to be smearing what I'm doing around the outside. So I also have this stamp that I had bought from the same company. And never even opened it. Yeah, so I'm starting to actually plan out some of these videos because I didn't like doing it flying by the seat of my pants. Just, you know, I like you to see what's really going on when I do things, but not so much that I feel like you're not getting as good of a video. And now that you've seen some of the thoughts and stuff that go into these videos, I feel like I can go ahead, there we go, and practice a little bit first. Or not practice, but have it set up. Now, this is a plexi. And what I'm going to do, what you can do with a board like this is it's got lines and stuff on it. And so if I put that on the very corner, I say I want my ink pad in a certain place. Then when you reline it up, it's on that corner. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on, let's see, that way is really up. So actually a fish would be swimming any old way, right? I'm going to do it like that. And then I'm going to pick it up on my board. Okay, see how it just stuck to it? I'm going to take my Stays On ink pad, plastic sheet comes off, and just ink this puppy up. Hopefully. Nope, not with that pad, not until we add more ink. So we're going to punt, which means I look to see what else I have. Here's one in brown, and the thing is I could smell that one, so it's like it was there, just not working. Oh, and see this one? See how it's bubbling and stuff? I don't know if you can tell. That pad's probably bad. So again, here's where you're seeing the real thing happening and what's going on. So I'm just going through some of these pads, and we're going to see if any of them are working today. That one is, I think. So I'm going to do my fish in brown, but that's okay because I'm still going to take colored pencil to it. I just wanted to get the basic outline all down. That noise you hear is these little prongs. Probably shouldn't be doing that on my book. Let's move it off the side, because this actually goes with a cutting system that I have. And see, if I get on the plastic, it's okay, because it's only going to be the fish that goes down. And if this doesn't work, I will reline it up, buy a better ink pad, do it again, right over the top in the same spot, and it will be okay. Now, I'm breathing on it. Your own breath. I'm going to put it this way. I don't know if that's how I said before or not. Anyway, put the pressure on it like there was no tomorrow. Really put pressure on it, because you want that image. And you normally wouldn't have to push this hard. It's just I didn't have real good ink. Now, I have a fish on my page. How cool is that? And then you're going to take this and clean it up. You can use baby wipes on your stamps. They'll be fine. When you're finished, you peel that off of there. You put it back on. And see, this is giving that time to dry. You put it back on your sheet. Put the other sheet back on top of it. And then it goes in your files. And it will be in good condition when you need to use it again. Okay, so take care of your stamps. You never know when you may want to use a fish on another page. Now, I have these. These are the little scales. And I'm thinking, does it go this way or this way? Because the book is upside down to you, I think it goes this way, so this is upright to me. And now I'm thinking, does this stamp pad work? All right, we're going to find out. I need to test that, see if it's dry. That is dry already. It's not smearing. So what I'm going to do is use makeup sponges. And I'm going to go into my color. See there? And then I'm going to pounce it around. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just pouncing up and down around in that corner area. I can pick up some more orange. If you're picking up different colors, try to find a clean spot on your sponge. The reason being, the colors will transfer to each other and you'll end up with something that looks like mud. And you really don't want that. Okay, so this is a very easy technique. And I'm going to pick up some of this gold color. Whoops, the stencil moved. So reline it back up as best I can and go in some more. Now, you cannot erase this. So if you get it on a spot you didn't want, it's on there. All right. Nope, this way. So now I'm working on that corner. So I'm going to lay a paper towel down to make sure that this wet part of the stencil doesn't get down on my actual design. And I'm going to go again. So just picking up different colors. You could go all blue. You could do a water motif around here. I'm trying not to get any really rough edges. Oh, I do like that. So I'm going to lift. But do you see how fast and easy that is? And I've got instant color. I'm going to grab a new sponge, a clean sponge rather. This one is clean. Now I'm going to be doing the bottom two corners. Yeah, I went ahead and laid it down. I'm being risky with it. The other thing you can do too is you can peel off parts of your sponge if you're afraid of getting a straight edge. Just peel parts of that off, and now you're not going to have a straight edge when you stamp. Okay, put my hand there and sponge away. And I want to still use some of the same colors as I used before so that the page will look cohesive. So I want to pick up some of that and some of this, the two different corners, put some of that in. And I am only doing the corners. I am not trying to connect them or anything. There's that one. And then I'm going to do this last corner. I'm going to hold right there in the middle because too much of it's wet. Let's see if there's still ink on there. There is. Hey, hey. So see, I didn't even have to redip. I am going to redip some though. I know my hand's shaking. It's because I'm pushing so hard right in the middle. And just a bit of that green in there. Okay. There's the page. So, and this, I don't know if I want to risk playing with that again or if I want to throw it in the trash. Just because these particular inks are, yeah, I'm fixing to wash my hands, are so wet, I did go ahead and throw it in the trash. So let me get my hands clean before I touch anything and start moving things around. Again, I do not know if this is a current item or not, but you can sure go look it up online. All right, let's see what else for today. You know, after the last 2 times being full, taking all the time, look how long that took. I mean, was that not done in just minutes? Okay. What about the water? Do we have anything that we know would work? Okay, these are the distressed inks that I have, meaning that they really take longer and it's just a brand name. But I'm thinking the water would be like this aloe color. So, see if I see it right off in my inks here. I have drawers that have inks and stamp pads. So that's what I'm looking at to see. Let's see. Oh, this one's called Salty Ocean. Wonder what that looks like. This is actually all my different pads. Okay. So that was Martha Stewart, the aloe. And I don't even know where that is right this second, to be honest with you. Peacock feathers. That may be a little brighter than what I want. Oh, but I know what tool I'm going to use. Okay, hang on a sec. We're going to go, let's see. Let's just look at some of these. I guess I'm still not doing as well with you on these as I could. Ooh, that's a bright purple. Really don't want to use that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, oh, see, they're stacked. That's what the deal is. So I'm going to use this one, and I want to get two different colors because I think it just lends itself better to the water instead of just one color. But I'm actually going to use that. I've not used that before with stamps, so we're going to learn together about what it does. I sure hope I don't screw up a book. Okay, here's chipped sapphire. And let's see, is there anything else we want to pull out of this container of inks? So yeah, as you get supplies, do try to find a way to keep them all separated and stuff. Ooh, evergreen bouquet. That sounds more like a green though. We're going to go with those two blues, and we're going to see what happens. Don't you like this trial and error? Maybe, maybe not. We're going to zoom in a little bit this time for you. You're getting to look at it straight up. And something tells me I should try this on paper first. So you know how sometimes I say I'm going to just throw caution to the wind? Yeah, we're not. We're going to try this first. I don't think I've ever used this. It was one of those things that was inexpensive, and I was like, ooh, I'll try that. Okay, I'm going to put that there. Put this here. I'm going to dab it in here, dab it in there, and we're going to see if these even work. Okay, push hard, push hard. It's okay. In my book, it's still going to be easier than coloring all that blue background, so I'm going to do it. So I'm going to come in first with the lightest one. Okay, and I'm just pushing down so that it gets inked, and then I'm going to smush it here. See how I have water now? I have water. I am having to be careful to get close to everything, but not go into it. All right. What else could you use? Maybe an old toothbrush. You know, just use it straight up and down on the tip. Now I'm going to push onto the other one, and I'm going to go again. By using two colors, do you see how I squeeze that together? That's helping me to get into the skinnier places. Okay, by using two colors, that's what's adding your depth. I don't know if I finished that sentence. Okay, so if you want some depth to the page. Now you see all I have to do is come in, color my big fish, color the rest of my flowers, maybe color that ridge, that rim around the outside, and the page is basically going to be finished. So yeah, yeah, I like that. And as far as cleaning this, I'm not real sure. I may have to get alcohol wipes, You know what? Yeah, I just happen to keep rubbing alcohol in my room too. Y'all, I have everything in this room. It's a 11 by 13, and there's tons of things in here. Now this, you push down and the liquid comes out. So this type bottle used to be available at Dollar Tree. I don't know if it still is or not, but I'm thinking rubbing alcohol could take care of some of the ink in this. Yeah, it's dirty, so I know it got some of it off. But again, y'all take care of your supplies. Just take care of them. You don't want to have to keep buying them. We talked earlier, okay, little bonus tip while we're here. We talked a little bit earlier about having Q-tips in your stash. This was on another video. You can actually take the Q-tip, rub it in your chalks, and go around and color a background. You want to use the Q-tip when you're doing the finer areas, okay? And then you can use a cotton ball or the makeup sponges when you're doing those larger areas, okay? But anyway, there's today's page. What do you think? All right, leave me some comments. I need to know where you want to go from here. What do you want to see? I've done 3 in a row now. It's going to be almost 2 weeks before these air and before I hear from you. So I'm going to put a pause in what I'm doing as far as videos, give y'all some time for some feedback, because I am kicking these out ahead of time. All right. Okay, I'll wait to hear from you. Talk to you later, and thank you for stopping by.